Imagine a locked treasure chest, gleaming with the promise of knowledge and opportunity. In your hand, you hold the key, the act of sharing what you know in ways that truly matter. Most experts know the basics. You've defined your goals, identified your audience, and even written out your mission statement. But in today's competitive landscape, those simple steps no longer guarantee you'll stand out. If you want to transform your reputation into revenue, you need a new blueprint, one that elevates you beyond the noise, making your presence not just noticeable, but irreplaceable. What you post doesn't have to be more frequent, or even more polished. It needs to be more valuable. So valuable that companies and clients will actively seek you out, because they know nobody else delivers the same insights. That's what we're unlocking today. The 5 high-value content pillars are not just ideas, but strategic actions that build trust currency, the type of credibility that can't be copied or replaced. Let's break down these pillars one by one and explore how they can radically shift your personal brand from good to essential. The first pillar is myth-busting and industry deconstruction. Picture a wrecking ball smashing through the tired conventions that have held your industry back. Most creators focus on refuting basic myths, the kind that beginners fall for. But if you want to position yourself as an industry reformer, you need to go deeper. Challenge the assumptions that even seasoned professionals accept without question. For example, consider the widely accepted 80-20 rule in B2B sales. It's often promoted as the best way to prioritize efforts. Yet in the current landscape, blindly following this rule can be a dangerous trap. Maybe the top 20% of accounts aren't actually your highest profit drivers anymore. Maybe new data or technology has shifted the balance. When you publish content that questions these foundational beliefs, you become the go-to voice for innovation. You're not just sharing surface-level tips, you're helping your audience rethink the very structure of their work. This is how you break through the clutter, by being the person who isn't afraid to challenge the status quo, and by providing evidence, case studies, and real-world examples that prove your point. The second pillar is hyper-specific future forecasting. Most content creators talk about current trends or what's working now, but the true thought leaders are those who can see around the corner and guide their audience toward what's coming next. Don't settle for vague predictions or generic statements about the future. Instead, offer actionable forecasts that stretch 18 to 36 months ahead. For instance, you might analyze the rise of AI tools in graphic design, predicting that by 2027, certain tasks currently handled by junior designers will be fully automated. This isn't just speculation, it's a roadmap. You can break down which tools are likely to dominate, what new skills will be required, and how professionals can position themselves to thrive in the new environment. By making these specific, time-bound predictions, you set yourself apart as a genuine thought leader. Your audience isn't just learning from you. They're relying on you to help them future-proof their careers and businesses. The third pillar is the public failure case study and lessons learned. Success stories are everywhere. They're inspiring, but they rarely teach us how to avoid costly mistakes. If you want to build radical trust, share your failures, especially the high-stakes ones. Maybe you launched a product that flopped. Maybe you lost a major client or invested $100,000 in a campaign that fizzled. Don't just gloss over these moments. Dive deep into why things went wrong. Was it a misjudged market? Poor communication? A technical glitch? Break down your process, reveal the lessons learned, and show how you pivoted afterward. If you don't have a personal failure to share, analyze a public misstep by a well-known brand. The key is transparency. By exposing your own vulnerabilities, you prove that you're not just a theorist. You're an operator who's been in the trenches. The gold nuggets in your story aren't the mistakes themselves, but the insights you gained and the strategies you used to recover. This level of honesty builds a powerful connection with your audience. They trust you because you're willing to show what didn't work, not just what did. The fourth pillar is the proprietary simplification system. Every industry has tasks that seem overwhelmingly complex. Maybe it's scaling an audience, optimizing a workflow, or handling high-ticket sales. The experts who rise above the rest are those who can take these complex processes and distill them into a simple, repeatable framework. Create your own trademarked system, a 3 to 5 step process that you've used successfully. Give it a catchy name, like the ABC framework for rapidly growing your LinkedIn audience. Share the steps, the logic behind them, and the results you've achieved. When you do this, you're not just teaching, you're establishing intellectual property. Your system becomes a signature offering, something that clients will pay top dollar for, because it promises clarity and results. The more you refine and promote your proprietary system, the more you become associated with it. This positions you for future consulting opportunities, online courses, and speaking engagements, all built around your unique approach. The fifth pillar is the honest resource filter. Every field has hundreds of tools, apps, and platforms vying for attention. Most content creators simply list their favorites or share what's trending. But if you want to become the trusted gatekeeper, you need to go further. Review the top 10 resources in your industry and filter them. Which ones are truly valuable? Which should your audience stop paying for immediately? Maybe there's a project management tool that's all hype and no substance, or a marketing platform that's outdated and overpriced. Explain your criteria, share your experiences, and be candid about the strengths and weaknesses of each resource. You save your audience time and money, and they'll thank you for it. Over time, you'll become the person they turn to before making any major purchase or investment. This level of trust is invaluable. It's what makes your recommendations carry more weight than any paid ad or influencer shoutout. These 5 pillars aren't just theoretical. They're actionable strategies that build your reputation, authority, and trust in the marketplace. Each pillar serves a distinct purpose, and together they form a content ecosystem that sets you apart. Let's recap. First, myth-busting and industry deconstruction. This is your chance to challenge the foundational beliefs that keep your industry stagnant. By exposing outdated conventions, you become the voice of progress. Second, hyper-specific future forecasting. With detailed predictions and actionable roadmaps, you help your audience navigate the changes that are coming, not just the ones that have already arrived. Third, the public failure case study and lessons learned. Radical transparency around your setbacks proves that you're an operator with real-world experience. The insights you share from these moments are worth more than any highlight reel. Fourth, the proprietary simplification system. Simplify complexity with your own unique framework, and you'll create intellectual property that sets you up for premium consulting and brand deals. Fifth, the honest resource filter. By separating the gold from the dirt, you become the gatekeeper your audience relies on to make smart decisions. Now here's the reality. Content doesn't need to be perfect. It needs to be published. Every time you share your perspective, analysis, or system, you're etching your name into your audience's mind. You become the voice they remember when they need answers, solutions, or guidance. Over time, this builds the reputation that forces opportunities to seek you out. Your expertise becomes undeniable, and your brand becomes irreplaceable. If you've ever hesitated to hit publish because you worried your content wasn't polished enough, remember that it's not perfection that builds influence. It's consistency and value. These 5 pillars give you a framework for delivering the kind of content that matters most. So, what will you share this week? Will you break down an outdated industry rule? Forecast a major shift in your niche? Reveal a hard-earned lesson from a failure? Unveil your step-by-step system? Or help your audience cut through the noise with an honest resource filter? Choose one pillar and take action. Draft your post, record your video, or write your article. The sooner you start publishing, the sooner you start building the kind of trust currency that turns reputation into revenue. And here's a final tip. As you develop your content around these pillars, track what resonates most with your audience. Watch for the comments, shares, and direct messages that come in response. Those signals will guide you toward even more impactful topics and approaches. Over time, you'll refine your voice, deepen your expertise, and expand your influence. The journey from good to irreplaceable isn't about having the loudest voice or the fanciest graphics. It's about delivering insights and solutions that nobody else can. It's about being the person your audience turns to when they want to know what's next, what's real, and what actually works. So, start publishing today. Your personal brand is your greatest asset, and these 5 pillars are the blueprint for making it truly irreplaceable. Which content pillar speaks to you right now? Are you ready to challenge the myths that hold your industry back? Do you want to forecast the future and guide others toward new opportunities? Maybe you're prepared to share a hard-earned lesson from a public failure, or unveil a proprietary system that simplifies complexity. Or perhaps you're driven to help others make smarter choices with an honest resource filter. No matter which pillar you choose, remember, every piece of content you publish is evidence of your expertise. Each insight you share is a brick in the foundation of your reputation. With time, consistency, and strategic action, you'll move from being just another expert to becoming the irreplaceable leader in your field. And if you want to take the next step, turning your reputation into a second stream of income, stay tuned for more. The opportunities are waiting. All you have to do is claim them. Share your thoughts. Which pillar will you publish this week? Let us know and join the community of experts who are building brands that can't be replaced. Your journey starts now.